Is it rolling? It is rolling. All right. Let's see. So listen up before I start this actual action of the video. Go over a couple things. The TSY. The space that I'm recording this video is quite likely not a space I would use for this type of instruction. I'm inside the camper I live in. It's cramped. It's tight quarters. It's enclosed. I could open windows up, I guess, but it's confining. It's not open. I want to find a place that, there's a nice park here. If it's not a busy day with a ton of people in the park, if we could find a open space out there that's relatively private, a little sunlight, maybe some nice tree shade. That would be pretty cool. But if it's got to be an indoor room, I want an open room. I'm not going to have the doors closed. Doors are open. Lighting in an indoor room will be warm, not super bright with like a dozen fluorescents, but definitely not turned down low like in a yin practice. Just a moderation, warm illumination. Let's say music, probably like a yin practice, I'm going to choose some instrumental music, no lyrics, very little to no percussion, nothing that's going to be stimulating to the nervous system, but rather just nice ambient sound, something that supports mindfulness, getting into the present moment. So yeah, some music or sounds that are along those lines. Soul Rising makes some pretty good stuff for that. You always look that up. Another thing that I'll employ in this type of practice is I'm never going to be putting my hands on somebody. Maybe with a lot of trust and established trust, if requested, with permission. Hard and fast rules, I don't know, but there's definitely some strong guidelines, and hands-on assist. There's no need for that in this type of instruction. I'm not going to situate myself in a spot where I'm behind anybody. Always going to be to where my position, where I'm at, is where the person can be very aware of that. Real easy to just look and be like, oh, Steve's right there, okay. And no hiding in the shadows, no sneaking up. We're looking for a safe spot, building a space of, with the music, with the lighting, with the mood, everything moderation, no extremes. If there's going to be an extreme, how about extreme moderation? Huh? Okay, so what I'll demonstrate, I'm going to have an imaginary student, Sam, our imaginary student. We've helped him with Alzheimer's, Parkinson's. We've helped him with Parkinson's. We've helped him with back pain. We've helped him with lots of things. And today, the trauma. I'm going to guide Sam with just getting centered and prepared for this practice. I'm probably situate Sam there so that I'm in front of him, or quartered, somewhere in the front, or field of vision, easy to identify where I'm at. If Sam chooses to close his eyes, be able to open them and easily see where I'm at, no surprises. So, all right, so Sam, not Sam the dog, Sam the imaginary person. Sam, I'm going to thank you for arriving today. And I think we might as well go ahead and get started here, my friends. So I would invite you to find a seated shape of your choice. We could have probably legs crisscross applesauce would probably work pretty well. But maybe there's a way you would like to sit suits you better. It's kind of like everything I offer you here this morning are suggestions. I'm your guide. I suggest some things, but really your teacher and the final arbiter of what you choose to do is you. So take my suggestions, and I invite you to go, use what works for you, and adjust, modify what doesn't work, what you're not feeling with, or simply discard. Don't worry about missing techniques, sitting out for something. That's okay, because whatever you do choose to go with is going to nourish you. Okay. So yeah, I like that seated position. All right. We just want to arrive here in this open space that we're in. Let's rather pretending it's not a camper. We just want to arrive. So do a few things. A couple techniques that are suggested for kind of shifting from day-to-day mode into yoga mode. And if it's all right, go ahead and place your hands, palms on your thighs. Yeah. Palms on your legs. Probably a better way. And notice the way your spine is situated. And just look at that with your mind's eye, with your feeling and your sensation. And as you observe your spine, watch it lengthen. And pretend that your skull is sun, and your seat is earth, heart is moon. Just use your align yourself, bring in that moon directly between the sun and the earth. Yeah. Fluid. Notice the feeling of that, the sensation. And while seated here, if you're feeling cool with it, you can let your eyes close or not. You can keep your eyes open. If you like taking a glance around, that's cool. Do so. Or perhaps, if you choose to keep eyes open, let your gaze rest somewhere on the floor. I don't know, a few feet in front of you. Find a little spot there. Just gaze at it. And know that anytime you like, you can move your gaze around and bring it right back to that spot. Eyes open, eyes closed, either is fine. It's all the same. While seated and gazing, just take some notice of your breath. It's suggested to have your lips together, teeth not touching, so that your jaw is soft and your breath is moving through your nostrils. That might not work. You might have stuffy nose. If that's the case. Breathe differently. Breathe however you need to. Just let your breath become steady. Become full. Breathing in the full capacity. Letting air find places that maybe never got to before. Corners of the lungs. Brand new territory. Breathing out completely. Perhaps question where your mind sets the limits of breath. As you inhale, you think, I'm full. Maybe try to breathe a little more. There's room. Same thing exhaling. As you breathe out, mind says, oh, breath empty. continue a little longer, see maybe more room. I don't know, maybe not. Again, it's all up to you. While sitting, gazing, breathe. Some words silently to yourself. Hope to bring you into that space on your map. Breathing in, breathing out. And as you breathe in, you just say to yourself, maybe, this moment. And breathing out. Beautiful moment. This moment. Beautiful moment. And, maybe you have other words. Using these words, you just give some tempo to your breath, some rhythm. Whatever words you're using, begin noticing. Maybe there's gaps between words, between inhalation and exhalation. Gap for a moment, then there's word, there's breath. Another gap for a moment, and then there's word and there's breath. And it's your tempo, it's your words, and it's your breath. And those gaps, those spaces, those are yours as well. And now, Sam, you can spend this entire practice with your words, your breath, and your gaps. Should you choose to do so seated, just like you are. Or perhaps you wish to follow any other suggestions for movement, for shapes, whatever I offer. You choose. Choose to do, to modify, or to discard. The power is yours. The choice is yours. The practice is yours. All right, so at this point I would take Sam into light movement, maybe reaching up and extending, exhaling, easy round of spine. Inhale and extend, and exhale, and maybe a little twist. Just hit the six angles of the spine in a seated position. Maybe transitioning from there to a table, maybe. Really watching how he responds, his body language, listening to his breath, paying attention to how he's responding to what I'm offering, and using that information I'm getting by observing him to help me make a decision on what to offer next. If I see him alarmed, disturbed, something I'm offering ain't flying with this guy, well, I'm going to have to change gears, change directions. I'm not going to continue down the same path that is obviously not working, right? So I need to be present and watching, looking for those cues that he's given me in response to the cues I'm offering him. Not going to do a video on all that. It's kind of really difficult for me to imagine how that works. Imagine a disturbed response, imagine an accepting response. So that's my take on this TSY to this point. I'll upload this and we'll go from there. Thanks.